What is up, ladies and gentlemen of the online family? JamiroFan2000 here with yet another episode of the Jamiroquai Minute. All the latest Jamiroquai news and in new music adjacent to Jamiroquai news here in the new year of 2026. We have a new album, a new solo album coming from the pop mainstay. Of course, I'm talking about Bruno Mars with his brand new album, The Romantic. Not to mention, he released the first single from that new album. So let's get into more news about that.
Hi, I'm Derek from Jamiroquai, and I'm here with my good friend JamiroFan2000, and you're watching the Jamiroquai Minute here live from the UK, England.
In music adjacent to Jamiroquai new music news for 2026 news, I had to quote a Jamiroquai Minute to note that I have been a big Bruno Mars fan for several years. The last Bruno Mars solo album to come out and absolutely do gangbusters, not to mention completely clean out the Grammys for its year, of course, was his album 24 Karat Magic, which came out back in 2016. Well, Bruno Mars is back again with a brand new follow-up solo album. In addition to that album, he did a follow-up album with Anderson .Paak and the Free Nationals, of course, under the name of Silk Sonic, on an album called affectionately An Evening with Silk Sonic, which also did major sales and critically acclaimed numbers. Well, the new Bruno Mars album is going to be coming out on February 27th of 2026, and it's going to be called The Romantic. And in addition to that new album release, a bunch of merch was released on Bruno Mars' official website, so you can check all that out over at brunomars.com. But I digress. The first single from that album happened to be coming out from Bruno Mars for this highly anticipated new single album. The track called I Just Might, and it is, let's put it this way, my point of view on this new single from Bruno Mars is much like what happened with Justin Timberlake when he did a slew of great albums leading up to his album from a few years ago called Everything I Thought It Was. I have a feeling, based off this first single from Bruno Mars, Bruno is going to be revisiting a lot of his sounds and musical and genre styles of his previous album releases, but that does not mean it's not a great track. But clearly his backing man is certainly going to be Anderson .Paak and the Free Nationals this time around. The track I Just Might is a very nice funky romp of a song and really does remind me of the Silk Sonic single called Skate, if any of you are familiar with Silk Sonic's music. But overall, a very nice first little funky rompish track. But that single is now available. The music video for it is available at the Bruno Mars official YouTube channel. So if you'd like to check out the merchandise for Bruno Mars' aforementioned new solo album coming out in February called The Romantic, I'll be sure to put a link to the official store at brunomars.com so you can check that out in your own time. And I'll be sure to put a link to the first single from that new album called I Just Might from Bruno Mars that just got released on his official YouTube channel. And I'll be sure to put all that information down in the description area of this episode of the Jamiroquai Minute down below. So be sure to check that out in your own time. And just in the future, once this new Bruno Mars album coming out, you can expect a full review of that new album from me and the JamiroFan2000 YouTube channel coming up in February of 2026. But as always, this is JamiroFan2000, and I'll see you really soon with another episode of the Jamiroquai Minute. Bye-bye, everybody. Take care. Happy New Year 2026, and I'll see you around.